Erev Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. This week we have a double parsha, Parashiot Matot and Maaseh. At the beginning of Matot, Hashem commands Moshe Rabbeinu to go and destroy the nation of Midian. We see that Moshe Rabbeinu seemingly didn't listen to what Hashem commanded. Hashem commanded him, you go destroy the nation of Midian. But Moshe Rabbeinu ended up assigning the task to Bnei Israel, and he didn't even go himself. The Dad Askenim asks a very obvious question over here. I don't understand, why is it that Moshe Rabbeinu seemingly didn't listen to what Hashem said? Hashem said, you go destroy Midian. Why is he assigning the task to Bnei Israel? And not only that, he's not even going and participating in destruction of Midian. So Dad Askenim gives a beautiful answer. He says that Midian was the first place when Moshe Rabbeinu ran away from Egypt that welcomed him in, and that he raised a family there, he got married there. So he had a certain level of gratitude towards the people of Midian. Even though they were evil people and Hashem said, you must destroy them, Moshe Rabbeinu still couldn't come to terms with directly destroying this nation because they performed a good service with him in the past. He had this such a level of gratitude, even towards not good people, as long as they performed something good to him, a good service to him in the past. He said, it's not a lack of respect for me to go and do it and destroy them. We see that this is not the first time that Moshe Rabbeinu showed this midah, this characteristic of gratitude. By the makot, specifically the makkah of blood, of frogs, and of lice, which were supposed to be started by the hitting of the water or by the hitting of the ground, Moshe Rabbeinu did not hit the water and did not hit the ground. Why? Because both those things performed a service to him in the past. The water saved him whenever he was a child, and the sand covered up the Mitzri's body, the Egyptian's body, whenever he killed the Egyptian. So he had such a level of gratitude, even for objects, inanimate objects, not even people. He still had this level of gratitude. We also see that Hashem commands Bnei Israel not to completely despise the Egyptians, and we have to remember that we were, at the end of the day, we were sojourners in the land of Egypt. Meaning what? Meaning that even though, of course, the Egyptians, they performed very, very bad things on us. They put a lot of stress on us. They made us their slaves. They hit us. They abused us. Of course, they did all these bad things to us. But Hashem tells us, you guys must remember that the Egyptians, they hosted Yaakov and the children during the years of famine. They still performed a good service to your forefather, to Yaakov Avinu, and the children of Bnei Israel. You still have to remember, of course, even though they enslaved you and they were very bad to you, you can't completely, despise them because they still perform some good service to you. So the obvious question is, I don't understand. The bad seemingly outweighs the good. Of course, okay, they performed a nice service to us, but I don't understand. Are we supposed to say that we're not supposed to completely despise the Nazis in Shemam because before the war the Germans they hosted the Jews in Europe? Like what are we trying to get at over here? So the answer is that a person who denies the good that someone performs to him will ultimately come to deny the good that Hashem does. Even if the person is an evil person, a person still has to accept the good that they do for him. He still has to recognize the service that the person performed for him, even though maybe later on the person did a lot of bad things to the person. But a Jew has to constantly not deny the good that people do and recognize the good. And because if not, if he denies the good that people do, he'll ultimately come to deny the good that Hashem does. And the consequence of denying Hashem's kindness can lead to a far greater destruction of the Jewish people than the Egyptians. Denying Hashem's, again, I'm just going to repeat it just because it's such a powerful line. The consequence of denying Hashem's kindness can lead to a far greater destruction of the Jewish people, far greater than what the Egyptians did to us. So B'ezras Hashem, guys, we have to remember, even though, there are people who perform bad actions against us, if there was ever a time that they perform something good, or not only people who perform bad things against us, anyone, as long as a person has done a service for us, has helped us with whatever it is, we have to recognize it, because if we don't recognize it now, we won't recognize what Hashem does for us. So B'ezras Hashem, may we open our eyes to recognize all the good that people do for us.